She used to text back fast. She said Akari. Now she pulls away even though yakno. She still feels something you're confessed, angry hurt. But here's the story truth. A woman can ignore you and still madly in love. Let me explain. Most men take it personally. When a woman ignores them, they think she mustn't care anymore. They panic, they chase, they beg, bet. What if I told you sometimes silence means she's feeling too much, not too little? Today I'll break down why a woman in love might distance herself and how a stoic man will respond because erecting emotionally will only make her pull away more. Let's go deep. 1. She's overwhelmed by her own feelings. When a woman falls deeply in love, she doesn't always know how to handle it. The emotions are intense. Consuming aventurifying love isn't always soft times. It's chaos inside her mind. So instead of leaning in, she pulls back. Not us, she stopped caring. But Picasso scared of how much she distormed teaches us to not react to this, but to observe it. A woman overwhelmed by emotion needs space to breathe. Not a man chasing her shadow. If you give her that space, you give her thefty to come back to. She's testing your stability. Women don't test you out of cruelty. They test you to see if you are centered. When she ignores you, when she acts distant, she wants to see, will you spiral? Will you beg for attention? Will you lose yourself just because? S is quiet. A stoic man stays grounded. Doesn't chase validation. Holds frame calm, confident and unshaken. If you pass the test, she trusts you more. Not because you said something clever, but because you stayed solid when she shook ground. 3. She's afraid of losing control. Love makes her feel vulnerable. Vulnerability. It's not easy, especially for a woman who's been hurt. Their issues ignoring you. It could mean she's trying to regain her control. She's trying to protect herself from falling too deep. And you chasing Harry Makesher feel more out of control, so she backs away. But the stoic knows control is in enforcing controlless, in letting go and trusting your own value. If she's truly yours, she come back. If not, you've just saved yourself time for she doesn't want to feel dependent. Some women are when they fall for you, it misses with that identity. They start needing your presence, your voice, your energy, and that scares them. They don't want to feel like they need you because your tendency feels like weakness. So what do? They pull back. They ignore it to hurt you, but to remind themselves that they can still stand alone. The stoic response, don't try to force closeness, respect her independence, and continue building your own empire. That balance is what creates long-term attraction. 5. She's waiting to see if you'll chase summertime excellence. She wants to see what you'll do in. She pulls away. Will you beg? Will you become desperate? Will you blow up her phone? Or will you continue to live a life focus-driven, unfazed women drawn to men with purpose? If she senses that her silence makes you crumble, the attraction dies. But if she sees that your world doesn't stop spinning with her, she come back not out of guilt but respect. She wants you to prove you're on it like theist. Every woman has a past pain, disappointments, broken trust. When she starts to feel something real, old wounds whisper, don't get too close. You'll guard again. So she tests. She ignores distances herself. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because she's scared of getting hurt. And in spins, how you respond matters more. On anything you say, the stoic man does react with emotion. Has strength, calmness, and patience. You prove who you are by staying grounded, not by trying to fix her feelings. 7 is trying to maintain her power. In dating, everyone wants control. Sometimes a woman pulls away not because she doesn't care, but because she's afraid of losing power in the dynamic. If she feels like she's falling too fast, might ignore you just to feel strong again. But this is where most men fail to convince her. Chase harish her hair, and in doing so they give all the power. The stoic man, he doesn't play games. He stays true to his value. He doesn't beg to be chosen best. He knows the right woman doesn't need to be chased. What you should never know. Now let's be clear, ignoring you repeatedly and disrespectfully is not filthy love. It's not stoic to tolerate emotional manipulation. So here's what to know, Verdo. Don't beg, Don't double text and stalk her stories. Don't lose sleep over her silence. Let her actions speak. Yes, speak through your peace, your purpose, and your discipline. You don't turn love by proving your worth. Tack me and confuse about you. What a stoic man does instead. He observes, he detaches emotionally. He watches not with fear but with awareness. If she pulls away, he doesn't panic. He continues building. He protects his time. He sharpens his focus. And if she returns, great. If not, he's still rising because his value doesn't depend on her attention. That is kind of man who became me. And Fergal. Here's the brutal truth. Sometimes women ignore you when they're deeply in love. Not because they want to hurt you, but because they're fighting themselves to feel it. She see you as the manual, doesn't beg, doesn't break, and doesn't chase a man who respects himself. And in the end, that's the kind of men she'll come back to or deeply regret losing. If this message hit home, it's time to level up your mindset. Subscribe and know for more content on Stoics and emotional power, because love is outdated.